anime figures for 2024. So this is the video where I go over my anime figure pre-orders for the year so you guys can get an understanding of what's to come from this channel. Now, I realize I'm a little bit late with this video, considering how we're already a quarter way into the year. I got no excuse. I usually get this video out in January, but life happened, okay? Better late than never. If you're new here and you want to see what figures I got from January till now, you can watch the last 3 videos. Now, as usual with these videos, nothing is concrete. I could add more stuff to this list, or I could cancel some stuff. In fact, I've already canceled a few things actually, but we'll get into that later. Now, let's start off with April, since April, I believe, is the most stacked month of the year, if nothing gets delayed. Okay, so starting off, we got a couple of Fate figures. So we have FGO's Scotty, 1/7 scale by Good Smile Company. This looks beautiful. I love just how simplistic the figure looks. I love the color. The soft pastel purple just kind of flows really nicely, and I really dig how like cozy it looks. Second Fate figure, we have Sakura Mato, Makridi's Grail, 1/7 scale by Alter. This one's a little bit pricey, 32,000 yen. I don't know why it's so pricey. Maybe it's because she's kind of floating there and not really attached to the base exactly, but Alter is getting a little bit ridiculous with these prices. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have a lot of Sakura figures in my collection, so I figured I might as well order this one since I missed out on Strongers. It's one of my figure regrets that I didn't actually get that figure, since it's also combined with a Saber Alter figure that I also do not have. I hope none of these things get delayed because I'd rather deal with the heartbreak right now than later. Then we have a couple of Azur Lane figures. So we have Bremerton's Kung Fu Cruiser, 1/7 scale by Alter as well. I have a lot of figures from Alter this month actually. Practically 26,000 yen for this one. It's a little bit pricey for what I think the figure is. I mean, the outfit is great, don't get me wrong, but would I say it's extremely more detailed than Honolulu's or St. Louis's figures from earlier? Probably not. I mean, I know the yen has been going down a lot, but god damn, this is ridiculous. And then we have another Azur Lane figure. So we have Taiho's Phoenix Spring Song version, which is actually already out. I've seen a couple of pictures floating around already. I won't be getting her probably until the end of this month or next month because she's packed in with a bunch of other figures that have yet to release yet. So next up, we have a Toho figure of Sakuya, 1/7 scale. This is made by Emon Toys, who I do not have a lot of experience with. So this is I think this is going to be my first scale figure from them. I hope they don't mess it up, because it is very expensive, and out of all the Sakuya figures I've seen, she doesn't really have a lot. This one is definitely, I think, the best. The only thing I dislike about this one is the support poles, but those are kind of a necessary evil, so. And then last up, we have a lot of Arknight stuff. So kicking off, we have Surtur's Colorful Wonderland version, 1/7 scale by Mythos. I'm actually a little bit hesitant to go through with this one because I already have a Surtur figure, and I don't love this one that much more to buy it. Surtur has another figure coming out by Good Small Art Shanghai that I'm actually more interested in, so I might cancel this one just to save the money. But a few viewers are already looking forward to the video for this because I already told them I was ordering it. So then we have Arknight's Weedy Celebration Time. She goes with Amiya's Celebration Time figure that I got last year or 2 years ago, I forget. It's made by Ribose. Yeah, she looks great. Arknight's Dusk Ukiyo no Kaze version, 1/7 scale by Apex. I honestly thought this was coming out in 2025, so I'm very surprised it's actually coming out this month, because I could have sworn I only pre-ordered it like a couple months ago. And then we have a couple of Arknight's Nendroids, which I didn't think I'd be pre-ordering. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you know my history with Nendroids. I like how cute they are, but they are a pain in the ass to set up. But Arknights has me by the throat, so I ended up pre-ordering the Doctor's Nendroid and Frost Nova, because I was like, well, Frost Nova, I don't know if she's ever going to get a scale figure, so might as well get her Nendroid. And well, the Doctor is the Doctor. Which also, by the way, CN players, you lucky MFs, you guys are getting the side story Babel event right now. I've already kind of spoiled myself and read a couple of people's like summaries of the story. Boy, I am not ready for that event. That is going to go hard, and I'm probably going to cry. Kicking off May, we have Hololive's production Yukihana Lami, 1/6 scale by Max Factory. She looks fantastic. Look at the sharpness of her bangs. Like, this hair detail is phenomenal. I'm super excited for this. Gen 5 is actually my favorite generation of Hololive, and I hope to have at least one figure of all of Gen 5, hopefully. And Max Factory did a great job on their Marine figure, so I'm super excited for this one. We have Blue Archives Wakamo, 1/7 scale. This is made by Neon Max. This one just looks super sick. I love Wakamo's design. So yeah, Neon Max, I'm not too familiar with them. We'll see how this stacks up. We have a Kaseki series figure of Tio Plato, 1/8 scale by Kotobukiya, of course. Always good to have more Kaseki figures, of course. And then we have Azur Lane's Bremerton Kinda Hot training version 1/7 scale by Mimioi. I believe this figure has been delayed so many times. I think her initial release was September or October of last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. However, Mimioi has not had the best of luck lately. A couple months ago, their factories actually got flooded, so that delayed production even more. And then after that, their factories also got audited. It's just delayed even more. Last time I checked, they didn't actually know when it was going to be resolved, so they're kind of like on a hiatus. If you've noticed, a lot of their figures haven't come out yet, like their Zuikaku and Shokaku Race Queen figures, which I actually ended up canceling because I was worried that when they were going to release, I wasn't going to have enough money to actually purchase those figures, but they ended up getting delayed anyways. So I don't actually know when this is going to be coming out. It's probably going to get delayed again, but we'll see. We don't have a lot of figures for June, but here we are. We have Persona 5's Takamite, 1/7 scale. I believe this is made by Amakuni. This is a little bit of an impulse buy for me because I wasn't initially planning to order this, but stream chat kind of talked me into it, so that's why it's here. You know who you are, I blame you. Toho Projects Vermilia Scarlet 1/8 scale by Alter. Of course, this one goes with the Flandre Scarlet figure that I opened up last year. One of the best figures to come out of last year, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I just love the contrast of like her blue hair versus the really red eyes. Like that is killer. And then last figure, we have a Kaseki series figure of Estelle Bright 1/8 scale. The bucket full of sunshine herself finally getting a figure. Good to see the OG protagonist getting some representation. And last up, we don't have, this is not a figure, but I did get a Madoka Magica sleeping bag. This looked adorable, and I don't have a sleeping bag, so I was like, you know what, might as well get one. I was actually planning to bring that to AX with me, but considering that it's actually bundled up with a bunch of other figures, I'm probably not going to be able to bring this to AX, because these are probably going to be releasing at the end of the month, and AX is like July 4th to the 7th. Oh, which, by the way, yeah, I'm going to be going to AX this year. Last time I went was 2019, so mainly just going there as an excuse to hang out with friends. So yeah, if you're going to AX this year, you might see me. Kicking off July, we have Azur Lane's Bremerton's Anniversary Hugging Pillow 1/4 scale by Animax. Is this by Animax? Alphamax, there you go. This one I'm actually still on the fence if I'm going to be buying it, because as much as I love Bremerton, I don't dig the cowgirl aesthetic that much. The paint job on the skin looks phenomenal, and I just love her facial expression, so probably still will go through with this, because if I don't go through with this, July will not have that much content for me to work on. And then last up, we have two Kotobukiya figures. So the first one is Persona 3 Reload's protagonist. You guys know how to get my door boy, so 16,000 yen. I actually find this funny because the contrast between this and the next figure up will show you the difference between modern day priced figures compared to how they were back in the day. So the next figure up, we have a Steins Gate figure, Makise Kurisu 1/8 scale. This is a re-release, of course, of an older figure, which I do have already, but mine actually broke slightly because one of the gears on the bottom here actually broke off. So I figured I might as well pre-order the re-release and just replace it. As you can see, they're both 1/8 scale. I mean, you could argue the quality maybe has risen up a little bit to kind of justify this 16,000 yen price, but I don't know. 9,000 yen, that's like the good old days. All right, so August. August is a very slow month. We only have two figures and they're both Arknights related. So we have Hoshiguma's Nendroid. I had to get a Nendroid of my girl. She's been saving my ass since day one. So just look at this facial expression, bro. That is so adorable. And then we have a scale figure of Mulze Elite 2 1/7 scale made by Good Smile Arts Shanghai. God, these photos look amazing. I'm just gonna say, photographer did a fantastic job. I aspired to take as good photos as this. September, we have another kind of slow month. So we have Genshin Impact's Kamisato Ayaka 1/7 scale by Apex. I swear I pre-ordered this thing like 2 years ago. At least it feels like it, and I'm surprised she's still not out. Genshin, as popular as an IP as it is, I'm actually baffled by the little amount of figures that it actually has. I don't know if MiHoYo is a hard company to work with, but like there's not a lot of merch to go around, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like some of their popular characters like Raiden, Zhongli don't even have like figures yet. Speaking of, Eula from Wonderful Works still doesn't have a prototype. And then the last scale figure, we have Arknight's Calcit 1/7 scale, also made by Apex. This is just based off of her default sprite. I do like the base that they got going on for her though. I hope they do a figure of her in this outfit though, because this thing kicks ass. And then the Nendroid we have is Bochi's attention-seeking monster version. This is adorable, so had to buy it. And the last things up for September aren't really figures, but I did get a bunch of Bochi the Rock plushies that come in these like little carrying cases. October is extremely small month. I hope it stays that way. We have Azur Lane's Prince Eugen Final Lab version 1/7 scale by Apex, and an Azur Lane Fumo of Shinano. And now I've added Amiya's Newspaper Girl figure to the list. October didn't stay a one figure month for very long. November, we only have 2 figures, so we have Arknight's Searcher, her Liberté version. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. 1/7 scale, made by Good Small Art Shanghai. I love the little diorama set she's got going on with like the skateboard and the paint bucket, the street sign. You even got the Rhodes Island logo there, and her outfit kicks ass. I mean, I love the shorts and the midriff. What can I say? And then last, we have Azurlane's St. Louis Luxury Handle, still illustration version, 1/7 scale by Elegant. This is going to be my first Elegant figure, so let's see how it is. Of course, as it says here, the figure is based off of this illustration, but instead of being in a car, they gave her a couch and a little manju there. Nice. 19,000 yen for this. Actually, that's not a bad price for this thing. It could have been more expensive. I appreciate that. And then last up, we have December. December kind of stacks up again. So we have Arknight's Dusk, Everything is a Miracle version, 1/7 scale by Furyu. Furyu has been doing a decent job on all of their Arknights figures. I can't really say anything about them with other series, but in terms of Arknights figures, I've been pleased with them so far. So this one looks pretty nice. I love Dusk's attire here, and I just love the colors. The simplistic base as well. Even though I love myself a really good dioramic epic base, I love just how clean and simple the base is. Like a simple square that kind of has a reflective look to it. Very nice. I don't know why, but this figure is single shipment. That makes no sense to me, but the box must be huge. Either that or very fragile. Next up, we have a Genshin Impact figure, official 1/7 scale by Alter. This thing has been in like figure development hell for like ever, and I'm surprised it's actually coming out. In fact, it's taken them so long, I don't even know if I want to go through with this figure, if I'm going to be honest with you. So this is one of the ones that are a little bit iffy for me. Because I like Fischl, but she's not like my favorite in Genshin. I pre-ordered this mainly because it was by Alter and I really wanted to see how it turned out. But we'll see. Kakudate Karin, Blue Archive, Bunny Girl game playing version, 1/7 scale by Good Smile. This of course goes with the Asuna that I unboxed in the previous haul video. She looks much better than Asuna, if I'm going to be real here. Asuna's face was probably the one thing that kind of put me off a little bit on that figure, but Karin just looks absolutely perfect. So super excited for her. Just look at these photos, bro. Then we have another Azurlane figure, St. Louis Luxurious Wheels, 1/6 figure by Alter. 20,000 yen. Thank you, Alter. I don't know why you priced this 20,000 and then Bremerton 25,000. Like if I compared the 2 figures here, I would think they're the same price, but they're not. But yeah, of course, this is based off of the original illustration, but instead of being in a car, they just put her on a stool. That completely makes sense. I mean, I know a lot of people would have just loved having the McLaren, but like, seriously. Which, by the way, St. Louis drives a McLaren. Either she's really balling or the commander is really balling. A little bit of an out left of field figure for me, because I honestly would have never bought this, but the circumstances are a little bit weird. Yuna, Bunny Girl version, illustrated by Bia, who is a very popular artist and cosplayer. 1/4 scale for 9,000 yen. That's like $60 USD for a 1/4 figure. Made by Bear Panda. Never heard of them. New manufacturer. Insane price for 1/4. From the pictures here, I can't actually even tell if it's an actual 1/4. Actually, by the size of the book and how clear it is, it probably is a 1/4. Because usually, if it's not a 1/4, the book would be really small and it would be kind of hard to make out the details, actually. So, for 9,000 yen, we're going to see just how good this 1/4 figure is. A 1/4 figure for 9,000 yen, you're really putting freeing to shame here. When this thing first went up for pre-order, my friend linked it to me and he couldn't believe his eyes. So we both ordered the figure, except I ordered this for content and then he ordered this because he wanted to put it in his bathroom. And then last figure up, which is actually my most anticipated figure for the year, is Azurlane's New Jersey Snow White Ceremony wedding dress figure from Apex. 1/7 scale. Why did you have to come out last? This thing looks beautiful and it comes with changing faceplates, which you don't see on a lot of scale figures. Extra value right there. She's practically a 2025 figure, let's be real here. I'm probably not gonna get her till January. Dude, I love this XD face, bro. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. If you guys do enjoy the content and feel like helping out, consider checking out the Patreon page. You can get videos early. If Patreon's not your thing, but you buy from Tokyo Otaku Mode, support the channel by bookmarking my affiliate link and using it whenever you buy yourself some merch. No additional cost to you, and it helps out the channel a lot. Thanks. And by the way, anyone who has been using that link, I love you. I figured I'd just show myself a little bit because this video is not sponsored and I'm trying to get back on that content grind. Anyways, let me know how this list compares to your anime figure pre-order list this year. Is it worse than yours or is yours worse than mine? Because if yours is worse than mine, we have a problem. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.